found some shade once I was back on the route at the Marco Polo Club. Fuck. Waking up to some characteristic Hawke's Bay sunshine, I felt a distinct need to have a rest day and relax. My schedule had other ideas, and so I set off at a casual pace. It wouldn't be long before I settled into a groove, enjoying the freedom and the calm of being on the bike and remembering it's about miles per hour, not miles per hour. The gravel was short-lived, and it wouldn't be long before the scenery changed and the long, straight, tar-sealed roads returned. Somehow, at the junction, I have missed the road signs. Some of the road signs are actually quite ominous, and I'm working off memory, looking for road signs, cue sheets occasionally, rather than turn by turn. So, yeah, just under 5k back to do the reroute, but the scenery is a great deal better, which I think is worth it. So this way that I've just come is the alternative, which I don't want to do because it looks too busy. The shortcut detour is an alternative route to the destination, ultimately saving about an hour and a half of riding, but given that it was only 11 AM and I had only 30 kilometres left to go, I didn't feel the need to rush. After all, low tide wasn't until 9 PM, and I really needed to see if Ugly Hill Road would live up to its name. Back on the route, and I found some shade at the Winstead Polo Club. But that got me to thinking, what if Marco had a polo club? The route was constantly changing, from gravel to tar seal, from flat to hilly. But one thing that was a constant was the warm Hawke's Bay wind, directed right at my face. read about a brake screeching descent, I'd anticipated the moment the entire climb up Old Hill Road. And it didn't disappoint. Succeeded in inhaling the contents of a local dairy in Parongaho, I had failed in securing accommodation for the night at Blackhead Beach. With high hopes and a full stomach, I headed towards camp, wherever that might be. Arriving at a gravel road to see a grader parked in the distance always leads one to wonder, what would be worse, freshly graded gravel or a corrugated road in need of grading? Thankfully, the Central Hawke's Bay would lead me to wonder no longer, offering me both. With a headwind, tired legs and soft, freshly graded gravel, I found myself searching for any hard line. Now don't get me wrong, the Pugsley with its 3-inch tyre is suited to terrain like this. It didn't make it any more fun. Eventually, it was back to the tar seal for a nice quick descent down to Blackhead Beach and to camp for the night. Only time would tell. After a windy yet incredibly warm night under the tarp, it was time to pack up and get on the road. Or should I say, the beach. Tide provided for plenty of hard-packed sand and fast riding. A nice reprieve and change of scenery from the gravel of the day before. With the sun starting to come up, it wouldn't be long before the temperatures began to increase too. It wouldn't be long before the route required me to exit the beach, And with that came the challenge of riding through soft sand. After a quick glimpse of how the other half live, it was back onto the beach, continuing my hobo lifestyle. Shadows getting shorter, it was time to say goodbye to the sea as I exited the third beach for the day and said goodbye to the beach riding. Though my beach riding was done for the day, I still had one more beach to visit. Standing between me and that beach was a big hill or two and a whole lot of gravel. With the sun and the temperatures now well and truly up, it was time to fill up with water at Kairako and carry on, and hope that I could find a cool breeze and some shade. Unfortunately, the best I could muster was a gentle downhill and a slight bit of breeze. A warm breeze, but a breeze nonetheless. In the heat of the midday sun, Waipawa finally appeared in the distance. A welcome rest stop to enjoy some shade and some ice creams before making the final push, the last 10 kilometres back to Waipokorau. Leaving Waipawa, it was clear that the beautiful scenery was behind me, but I didn't care. After riding in one of the hottest days that the Hawke's Bay has seen this summer, I was glad just to be nearing the end, having ticked off another successful bikepacking route. Unfortunately, the unprecedented heat had taken its toll, and so the remainder of the trip didn't quite go as planned. So part 2 is now a bonus episode for the Buy Me a Coffee members. If you want to see that, you know what to do. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.